Well, I'm back from my latest trip to Galaxy's Edge, feeling a little bit better after being under the weather the last week or so, so time for more vids. Now, actually, a lot of this stuff that I'm going to be going over, this like the Dok Ondar's crates, the new pommels, a new Sarlacc creature, clothing, all this stuff just recently came out in the last couple weeks. And I actually did videos on them separately, but guess what? Just like my last video, my mic wasn't on, so I got to redo it all. But that's okay, because now we get a quicker, more concise video. I say that, and we'll see what happens. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dano channel. I am Dano, and of course I'm back with more Galaxy's Edge updates and info and new merch to look at. Some merch that's not so new, but I never talked about and figured why not, since new ones like it came out. Where to start? Let's start off with the first thing I posted about the other day. The new mystery crates that came to Dok Ondar's. Now, I mean, just take a look. It's $14.99, and it says cool little like mystery crate, and it comes with the small version of a thing that you would find inside Dok Ondar's den. In fact, yeah, no, I already opened one. I posted it on Instagram the other day. This is the chase. This is one of the chases. There is a second. He's right. There's a second chase. It's a gold Jar Jar Binks bust. You can take a picture up there. But what I got in my first one I opened was a mini Holocron. Now you might be wondering, wait, triangle Holocron that's blue? I never heard of that before. What's that about? What's the deal with that? There, focus on it. It's cool. Okay, you guys are just going off. So, what they wanted you to know is this Holocron actually has lore to it. Not so much in Star Wars history. It doesn't. So,
has anybody here actually been to the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge exhibit on the show floor here at Star Wars Celebration? Okay. Has anybody here taken a moment to step inside one of our video recording booths, our fan-fessionals, and record your Star Wars story? Well, I want to tell you, and if you haven't done it yet, you might want to go do that. We are going to take all those stories that you tell us about your relationship with Star Wars, about what Star Wars means to you, and we're going to collect those things, those stories, and we're going to put them in a holocron, very much like the one you see wheeling on stage. In fact, specifically like the one you see on stage. In fact, that one you see on stage. We're going to collect all of your stories. We're going to put them in that holocron, and we're going to make them a part of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Because we can think of no better way to start the next 40 years of Star Wars storytelling than to base it on the love, the passion, the fandom that you all have, and make that the foundation of all the Star Wars stories we tell in the future. And we have so many ideas.
So today, if you go to Dok Ondar's, at least at Batu West, I can't speak for East, but I know at West, I've seen it. If you look up on top, there is a big blue holocron with silver on it. It is this This is a small version of that very special and unique holocron. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Yeah, no, I think so too. All right, enough of the rambling about this thing. Let's take a look at the outside of the package. So I think it's a Grievous mask there on the left, that skull. There's some kind of weird Sith helmet, Mando helmet, floating red Kyber, Shock T, Plo Koon busts, and two mysteries. One of the mysteries is this right here. That's one of the mysteries, this holocron. The other one is a golden bust of Jar Jar Binks. And no, I'm not kidding, but I really, really want it. Okay, so I did buy two more, but because my previous video was kind of botched and did not work out so well, I'm just going to show you what I got. You ready for the first one? Oh, you already kind of saw it. I got Mando. Yeah, I got a little baby Mando helmet. It does come with a stand. It comes with a little peg, little thingy thing. Yeah, no, I like it. I think it's cool. It's weird that the stands don't sit well on the box because the box has this little bump right here. But get this, the way these things are designed, they kind of interlock in the back. Not perfectly, like I can still pull it apart very easily, but they don't slide around as much. It's hard to slide them around. Same thing goes when you stack them. I can't push left, I can go forward and backwards, but I can't go left to right because of that little groove and because of the hole right here. Kind of an interesting thing they added, right? So they kind of want you to stack them, or at least set them next to each other and make them like a stable display. I like that a lot. I think these will go good with like action figures, but I also think they'll look good on any shelf if you want to just display things. However, that bump does make it weird for any of these. See, it's kind of wobbly. Check out the other one I got. This is the third one, my last one. I got Plo Koon. Can you? There, look, check out Plo Koon. It's a mini bust of Plo Koon. And notice that groove at the bottom. He came with the stand. Get this. He came with the stand, has a hole in it, but no little stick, because there's no hole in the bottom for him. So he just has to float on this thing all willy-nilly, right? Kind of weird. Whatever. The other ones at least had sticks and they float. Remember that ridge I talked about? The bust sits right on top of it perfectly. So it does make for a neat little, like, a different way to display it. And it won't, like, yeah. It doesn't really shift side to side. You have to try to shift it side to side. And I looked at the picture of all the other busts. They have it too. So just kind of a neat thing. You can stack them. You can... I like this. I like the way these work. For $14.99, I'm pretty pleased with it. They stack well. And like it... Oh, it took a little bit to come off. Also, these little stands that they come with, they all interlock. Yeah. No, they work together. And you can set up a display on your desk however you want. There's different orientations you can do it. If I wanted to do Ploku, there you go. I've got all three right there. I like these. I want the rest of them. No, I really want that Jar Jar Binks too. You're right. You're right. You're right. So that's one thing from Dok Ondar's that's brand new. I'm going to put you all off to the side here while we look at some other stuff. Because, real quick, the Droid Depot. Get this. Droid Depot, when I was there on May the 4th, I picked up the new personality chips, and West just started carrying them in these smaller cases, right? They had red, yellow, they had blue, and the ones I picked up are all Rebel, or Resistance. There's another blue, a darker blue. Now this blue, notice the tint, is a little bit darker, right? It's a little darker on this one than this one. This one's Scoundrel. It's got a Scoundrel symbol on the back. This one's Resistance. This is the one I got before. Now this Resistance one is identical to the previous Resistance one that Rongo's got in him. Kind of a slower sounding, boo, 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 boo. Same thing, but with more sounds. Okay, so they're kind of phasing out the old blue one. Gonna use this one. Same thing. Nothing really new there. The red and yellow were new. This blue one is new. The dark, they call it Navy. I checked the receipt and it said Navy personality chip. So I'm going to call it Navy. I can't tell if there's a difference in the actual... I haven't opened it yet. I should have opened it before doing this. I said it was going to be a quick and concise video, but I lied. Oh, I know. I always do that guy. You guys are sass mouths, both of you. All right. I'm going to open it real quick. And I'm going to look and see if there is a difference in color in the plastic. And there is. Kind of. It's very... No. Yeah, there is a little difference in plastic color. Cool. So, no, you're right. It's going to be a longer thing to go through all the sounds on that. So that's getting its own video. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a separate video just on the personality chip. But just so you know, there are 2 blues at Disneyland. And make sure to check the back of the box to get the one that you want. Okay. Back to Dok Ondar's. Back to Dok Ondar's. Take a look at this thing. It's a baby Sarlacc. It is a baby Sarlacc. This thing is so cool. So it's a piggy bank. $39.99 is how much this thing costs. And you can see inside. There's a baby Sarlacc in there. Maybe you can see it. Maybe you can. There he is. Okay, now I'm gonna open it. Oh my good. And the arms move. And he makes noises. Oh, there's a penny in there. Or a dime. So you can really put coins in there. Like you can bloop, drop coins in there. And there's this little chute. And all your coins can come out. And so you can take your quarters, plop them in there. There's another penny in there. Come on, penny. There it is. I knew there was a penny. You drop that in his mouth. Just watch your fingers, because you don't want him to get ripped off by the Sarlacc. Oh, come on. Come on. All right, but real quick, take a look at some of the details on this Sarlacc. Okay, so this is the inside. Okay, you move it. There's like a little point. It's open and it's not moving, right? But I push it right. It's like a little further, just a little further. Right there. So it like stops, starts. There's a huge. You have to open it a lot to get it to start. There it goes. And the arms start moving. He starts making noises. That's so cool. And so the chute, the actual chute. See if I can get some light flowing through there. There's some light. It's just a small little piggy bank area. Nothing major. So if I were to insert a coin, like see I've got a penny right here. Penny. Preparing for your falls. Did I drop it? Oh, I missed. I completely missed. Okay, it's like right in there. And it just slides right out. So it doesn't have a lot of room for stuff. But it is cool, and it does have these stickers. What does the sticker say? Creature, Sarlacc. It'll eat. Its diet is anything that stumbles upon it. Arthropod, Tatooine information. Sarlacc rests in the sand, known as the Great Pit of Carcoon, buried, except for its massive mouth, it's hard to read, and beaked tongue. They are long-lived, rare creatures that swallow their prey whole and alive. And what's on the other side? Just like a general warning? Yeah, just battery instructions, so that sticker can go. I don't need to keep that sticker on there, but the other sticker I'm going to leave on. I like that sticker, and this one I'm going to remove. Oh yeah, it's already coming off. Just so it looks better. I might weather it a little bit, just because I like to do that like I did with my Dianoga. I might weather it a little bit, but it's got a cool paint job on there. It's got this other like little caution. Is that a sticker? That's not a sticker, it's painted on. I like it when it's painted on, not stickers. These little details up here are painted on. This, I think this is on like Ghostbusters, right? It's like a Ghostbusters proton pack or something. Those symbols, if I remember correctly. But overall, this is pretty cool for 40 bucks. The fact that it moves, I have my own baby Sarlacc, is pretty sweet. Can I take this off right now? It's got a little bit of residue left. I don't love that. I don't love when it leaves residue, but the rest is coming off pretty nicely. And it's going to give me a little bit more of an open view. Oh yeah, I like that more. That is kind of, now let's open it up. Oh yeah, let's feed this guy. Let's close this up. Let's feed him. Let's feed you more. I missed. I keep missing. That one went in there just fine. That one went in just fine too. Okay, you're full. Again, this is $39.99. What a cool creature, right? What a cool creature. I love this thing. Yeah, no, it's not as cool as droids, but it's still pretty stinking cool, right? Alright. Next, I think... Oh, no, you know what? Before I get into these things, let's talk about other stuff that just hit Dok Ondar's. New clothing. New clothing just... Oh, there's something else off to the side I forgot to show you, too. So there's new clothing that just arrived. We've got Ahsoka-inspired stuff. Check this belt out. I had to have this. This was $69. $70. $70 for this belt. It was not cheap. It does not have Velcro like the other Jedi belt, but this fake leather part feels very similar to the Jedi belt you would buy at the Black Spire Outfitters. But it's got the little beads on. It's very Ahsoka. It's got that cool... Look at that thing, that weird donut. It's a very Ahsoka-inspired belt. I like it. I had to have it. Kind of gave me some Saja vibes, you know? A little Saja action going on. They also have a tunic, which I'll put on the screen right now. There's a picture of it you guys can see. It's a new tunic. I believe it's also $70. I forget the pricing on it. I'll put it on the screen. And the last thing they had for Ahsoka-inspired stuff was a big cloak. And I bought it. I had to have it. It's been right here behind me this entire time. I gotta stand up and put this thing on. I really do like this thing a lot. And the way it like sits, just take a look. The inside fabric is like really bright and like colorful, but the outside's very subtle. And I just dig this thing a lot. It's got a little clasp right here with a little fake leather thingies and a little, there's 2 buttons. And so one button goes on the bottom, one button goes on the top. And the way it lies, it has a nice like kind of cool little cut there. It goes all the way to the back. It does go like kind of the back of my legs. I can feel it on the back of my legs down there. And then of course the hood. All right, let's slide back in. I like it. I think it's got a kind of a good look to it. Let's put the hood up. It's a little heavy, not as heavy as a Jedi robe, which is actually why I like it. And I like the way this lies. I like it. I like this thing a lot. And plus, I like that this closes here like that, and then this could be open. So even if you have something like a Jedi tunic or something underneath, it shows. And it's not as heavy as the Jedi one, so it's cool. It's got a good look. I like the way it lies. It's $130, $129.99. I bought mine in an XL, 2XL, right? Is that my size? XL, 2XL on this. So I got the big one. I probably could have gotten a smaller one and been fine with it, but I still like it for what it is. I'm going to have to incorporate this into some kind of costume. However, I am in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is summertime already, almost. And so it is hot. You go back there. Whew. Now, they also had new, I guess it was kind of Kylo Ren looking stuff. There's a new belt, there's a new jacket, and there's a new kind of tunic looking thing they've got there. So those are some new items that have just showed up. New kind of Darth Maul inspired shirt, new Jedi inspired shirt as well. But my most recent pickup, and I think it's going to be the last thing on this video, is the new pommels for Savi's lightsaber. New pommel. These things are ridiculous. So back in, was it November, I want to say? I think it was November. They came out with these. They came out with these over at the Creature Stall. You can get a Lothcat or you can get a Rancor. And they're little carvings, which makes sense over by the Creature Stall. There's the little carving area. And they work. Yeah, they work as pommels for your Savi's lightsaber, right? I have myself an elemental nature. Okay. Let's try the Rancor. Let's put the Rancor on. You know what? This one's more of a Lothcat style, I think, with the intricate filigree and all the different ironwork and stuff. I just feel like this is more of a cat vibes rather than Rancor vibes. I'll use my other one. Yeah. I'll replace the Rancor tooth with a Rancor and see how that looks. Now, I got to tell you guys right off the bat, I don't like these. I bought them because I think they look cool, like sitting on my desk, but I don't like them as lightsaber pieces. Yeah, no, dude, they're kind of clunky, right? They're weirdly clunky. I don't know any Jedi that would be like, yes, let me get out my lightsaber. It's got a big old cat at the bottom. What? It's very strange. It's very strange. It's fine for what it is. I'm okay with it. It's just a strange thing to me. Let me see if I can get him a little lined up a little better the way I like him. And still, yeah, he's still facing sideways from how the button. Ooh, it muffles it quite a bit, doesn't it? Yeah. That means the sound's going to be a lot lower with the blade in it. All right, let's compare that actually to one of the newer ones, the Porg. Because I think the Porg would be a good fit for this. Now, they all do have this little black base on the bottom. So you can use that with any of the other pommels from Savi's, actually. So if you want to just put your Rancor tooth on there, you could. Okay. There's my Porg is on here. Now, one thing I didn't mention yet is they have kind of a squish to him. I can squish him. See that? I can squish him. It's weird, but I think it's because with the Rancor tooth, this is a harder plastic. If I were to drop this or it were to fall off my belt or something and hit the tooth would shatter. I've seen cases of that with people who are like, yeah, I dropped my saber and the tooth shattered because it's hard plastic. This is soft, a little bit more rubbery, and they all are. At first, you wouldn't think so. Like the Rancor, you would think is like, oh no, this is solid. If you try hard enough, there's a little bit of squish. A little squish. But back to the weirdness of this lightsaber at hand. It's strange to have a Porg saber. I think it's probably the best of them, honestly. It's subtle. It's not huge, but it's fine. It's just a weird little Porgy guy. All right. So I'm going to leave you be, and I'm going to try this one. So I've got the other set from Elemental Nature. I'm going to remove the tooth, and we're going to try the Rancor, and we're going to try the Ice Wampa. Very, very strange thing. Again, I was telling you that little black stand. I can use that just for the tooth if I want, and then I can just set the tooth on my desk, and it just looks cool. It's kind of a neat thing. And I'm going to show you close-ups of these real quick. Wait a sec. Oh, there's no battery compartment in here. This is the one that I have a broken battery compartment for. Okay, so that's it's just ridiculous. I don't think there's any better way to say it other than yeah, this is ridiculous. Look at this thing. It's huge. It's go. You know, you don't fight with the blade with a lightsaber like this. You don't even need to. I don't need the battery pack because I'm just gonna bludgeon you with this thing. You're gonna lose because this Rancor head's just going to knock you out. Is that the fighting style? That's the new Jedi fighting style? Just like knock you out with this thing. It's massive. That is massive. That is clunky. I do not like it as a lightsaber pommel. I think it's bad. I think it's bad. Same with the cat. I think the cat's ridiculous. Now let's try the Wampa. Let's try the Wampa. I bought them because I like them, but I don't like them for lightsaber pieces. Again, that's not what I'm after here. And I think even the Wampa looks ridiculous. Like, how would it be carved out of ice? Hello, there's the Wampa. He's kind of silly looking. Now, all of them do have holes in the back, so the sound should travel. But you did notice the Lothcat was pretty muffled, right? Pretty muffled. And so there it is. The ice Wampa bottom. You know what else this does, which I don't like, and I just realized? It means you can't hang it on your belt. On all except for one piece. There's one piece of power and control that has a ring on the emitter. Otherwise, all other pieces have either the CoverTech wheel or the D ring on the pommel. None of these pommels have that. There's the ring. That's a normal ring. The other one has the CoverTech wheel. None of these pommels have it. So if you decide to use this and take it with you to Galaxy's Edge or use this as your whatever, you can't hang it on a belt. So I think that's pretty important, actually. I think you should keep that in mind. I think these are cool display pieces. I like the fact that it comes with this little black thing. $25 each. They're neat looking. In fact, they're so neat looking. I'm going to show you close-ups of them just so you guys get a better look at the craftsmanship, the detail on these things. And yeah, let's take a look. Okay, so first off, let's take a look at the Porg. Again, it looks really cool. Look at those details. Yeah, no, he's very well detailed. You're right. On the back, it does say Porg in the metal, P-O-R-G in Arabesh. Again, I'm going to show you that squish. Look at that squish I can give to him. That's a good amount of squish. The Rancor, much harder to squish, but notice the holes for sound. There are holes for sound here. Same on this side, little holes for sound. But look at that detail. It's really good detail. I enjoy this a lot. It does say Rancor on the back in metal. Very cool. Next up, we got the Lothcat. Look at that face. Look at that face. He's goofy looking, but it does say Lothcat on the back, and there's the holes for sound to travel, though it doesn't travel very well. And last, we have the Wampa. Maybe it's not ice. Maybe it's a crystal that it's carved out of or something. But you can see some of the holes right there in the back of his head, kind of hidden among the hair and the fur. But it does say Wampa, W-A-M-P-A in Arabesh. $25 a piece. That's $100 worth of worth of stuff right there. So it's a little pricey for what it is, for paperweights that are just going to sit on my desk. But I'm a bit of a completionist when it comes to Savis, so I had to have them. Now, okay, yeah, Brad, you're right. Oh, everybody, I'm going to tell them. They already know, I'm sure. I posted about it on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, at Dan Flores is where you should be following. But at Star Wars Celebration, during one of the panels, they announced...
I do have one little announcement, though. There's only so much scrap on the current Planet of the Two. And so soon, we will be working with Savi to do a complete refresh of all the new pieces. And today, we brought just one sneak preview of the power and control pieces. That will be coming soon, along with all the pieces to be completely refreshed for Savi.
That Savi himself is running low. He has a finite supply of scrap metal, which means soon. They didn't give a date. They did not give a date. They just said coming soon, and that's it. So it could happen at any time, and I hope they do this the right way with this rollout. But all four themes are getting refreshed. Power and Control isn't going anywhere. Peace and Justice isn't going. They're still going to be themes, but all new pieces. So the old pieces, once they're gone, they're gone. We're going to get all new elemental nature pieces. Now, during the presentation, they only showed off a slide showing off the Power and Control, which you guys can see here. Looks pretty cool. Like, it looks, the pointiness of it, it looks cool. So if that's what the new Power and Control is going to look like, Oh man, what are they going to do with elemental nature? What are they going to do with protection and defense? There's some cool stuff they could do. So the potential for Savis is huge. Now to me, this presents a big problem because I don't live near the parks. I have to make a trip. I have to get a hotel. I have to drive. It's a whole ordeal. It's very expensive, so I don't go super often, contrary to popular belief. I don't. It's expensive. But when the new Savi stuff drops, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it all. I am. That's just what it is. What it is. I'm gonna need it all. So, with Disneyland being that you have to get, or Savis in general being that you have to have a reservation, I'm gonna have to have reservations made. Like and a park reservation. You're right. I'm gonna have to like buy a park ticket because I'm not a key holder. It wasn't worth it for me. No, it doesn't seem like it's worth it to a lot of people. But I have to buy a park ticket. Hope that there's openings to go to the park that weekend or whatever. Once they announce and drop. So like, let's say they announce, coming this week, we're gonna drop them. I have to scramble, buy a park ticket for one day, maybe 2 days. That's already expensive. Make sure I can get reservations for both days to the park and they're not too busy. Weekends are hard to get reservations on if it's too close because they do get busy. That's already making it hard enough. And then I have to hope and pray I can get a walk-in for Savis that day. So I could spend hundreds of dollars on hotel, gas, and 2 days worth of tickets to not even build a Savi Saber because of the way the reservation system works. Oh, it's going to be so hard for me in my situation to get all all eight new lightsabers because each theme has enough pieces to make 2. 8 lightsabers times, oh my god, $225. Watch my videos all the way through. Click the affiliate links because I'm going to need it. I'm going to start posting episodes. Like, it's going to be expensive. But you know that other video I did where I did all the builds of all of them? I'm doing it again. I have to do it again with all the new ones. And then guess what? We're going to be able to do mix and match of both here on the channel. So it's one of those things where it's like it's going to be expensive. And it's going to be crazy and ridiculous and like just a pain in the butt to do. But man, I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to bring that to the channel. I'm excited to bring that to you guys. Because I'm like the last video I did was like, hey, build whatever, do Frankensabers. A lot of you guys commented and there's a card up there with that video. So there's still time you can do it. I'm just going to pick randomly from those comments and build sabers based on what you said. So go watch that video, do it there. And I'm going to just periodically just do it. Whenever I get time, like, nope, I'm going to pick a couple random comments, build your sabers and do it. But once these new ones drop, yeah, that's a whole nother level of Frankensaber. That's a whole nother set of combinations we can do. If it's even the same system. Keep that in mind. What if they switch hilts? Like the inner chassis? What if there's an upgrade coming that they did not mention? NeoPixel? I don't know. I'm speculating. I don't know. I would hope so. Yeah, no, these are cool, right? But when it comes to features, they're a little bit behind the curve at this point. Like they gotta catch up with the way everyone else is doing stuff. And I think NeoPixel is the way to go. Guys, there has been a ton of new merch that has landed at Galaxy's Edge. Oh, I forgot. One of the big ones. Oh my goodness. How could I get this far and not show this off? Can you believe I was almost gonna like get through this whole video? I even ranted about Savis for like 5 minutes. And can I do this without knocking anything out? Can I do it? Can I, oh jeez, no. Can I do it? I did it. Okay, I put it down. Cool. You ready for this? Camtono, $50. $50. This showed up early at Disneyland a couple weeks back. I shared some pictures again on Instagram. Make sure you're following me because that's where the up-to-date stuff happens. These videos take longer to produce. And so here on YouTube, the trickle is going to be a little bit slower, right? More in-depth, yeah, but slower. So Instagram if you want up-to-the-date stuff. Check this thing out. Red. Green. I unlocked it. Okay. And oh, did you see that? Did you see that? And I put stuff in here. I put credits and all kinds of neat stuff just because I wanted to have that in there. But this thing is really, really cool. For $50, I'm not mad at it. It's not the best quality in the world. It's not like super. It's very lightweight plastic. Kind of feels like you're breaking it sometimes. But it does. Yeah, no, it does have a locking mechanism. So now that it's locked and that light's off, I have to put the code in. By default, it has a code of hitting the first button 6 times. But if you turn the button, or you have to hold the little off button, and there's a thing, you turn it off while holding down the button, you can reset the passcode to whatever you like. And it's any combination of 6 button presses. So I could do I could do button 1 and go 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and then it would open. Or I could do, any combination. But as long as there's 6 different presses, that's what opens it. So in this case, it's still set to the default. So I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's green. Hot twist, and it opens up. And I think it's pretty cool. There is some neat stuff. There's some slight weathering that's going on here. Slight weathering, and there's this neat like foam textured stuff here. I'll show you guys some close-ups of. That's kind of neat. I like it. It's got a nice feel to it. For $50, I think it's a heck of a deal. There's even that light inside there that lights up your stuff, so it looks cool. Kind of close it. There we go. I closed it. I have the files to 3D print this before this came out, and it was so much plastic, but then also just having to assemble it and put it together was so intricate. I gave up over a year ago. And to just have this for $50 and it works and it's got electronics is a steal for $50. Yeah, I could make one that would be a little more sturdier, a little bit like better feeling, because it does feel light, but not for $50. This is a great deal. So next time you're there, they sell them at Dok Ondar's, and they also sell them at the creature stall. Not where they sell the creatures, but the creature stall cart outside. Yeah, no, it's where I got the pommels too. So guys, this has been a ton of stuff. Leave a thumbs up if you learned about anything new today, or if you like seeing this kind of stuff about Galaxy's Edge merch. Stay tuned, because I'm going to do a whole video just on the blue personality chip. Sorry, Navy personality chip. But again, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a thumbs up. And until next time, don't be a moof milker. Be the spark.